Let's check out Drinking Horse Mountain Trail. So Drinking Horse is a local trail just to the east of Bozeman. It is out Highway 86 or on Bridger Canyon Drive, just opposite the M. Here's the archway you can see. It's about a 2.2 mile round trip lollipop style trail that takes about an hour to complete. It's a relatively easy trail with about 700 vertical feet of elevation gained and lost. And it is relatively trafficked or heavily trafficked, but dog friendly. So you can see my dog Numa is here off leash. This is the welcome sign where I will end up hiking right here. That'll take us up the west side of Drinking Horse Mountain. And as you can see, it's a gradual and a bit more exposed portion of the trail. Typically takes a little bit longer to climb than the left side, which is a steeper ascent with multiple switchbacks and a more treed hillside. So it will generally be cooler in the summer months when it gets hot. I will go down that side later in this video. I would say seasonally, it's relatively open. This is early spring. You can see the trail's a little bit muddy with some snowy patches, but in generally good condition. We had a fairly low snow year this year. And I have hiked this in the winter as well. It does end up usually being relatively packed in. Sometimes I've not been able to make it to the top because there's too much snow, but I can always at least get out for a little bit of exercise and let the pup run around some. So it's a great trail. Despite what you see in here, there's definitely, I would say, a number of people that hike it frequently. So there's a good amount of traffic on it as well as dogs. So keep that in mind if you're taking your dog or would prefer something to be less trafficked. But it is so close to town, it probably takes me about 10 minutes from my house, and a really great after work or early morning hike to get outside. You get great views down Bridger Canyon. You can see the very early part of that when you get to the top. I will save those views for you to hike it yourself later, but I will point out the top later on in this video. And you also get some really great views of Bozeman, downtown Bozeman. So really nice trail to have close to town. I will just let you guys watch the rest of this. And as always, if you have any questions about Bozeman or the area in general, feel free to reach out to me directly or leave a question in the comments and let me know what you think of this trail.